So y'all, an easy way to root long leaf hibiscus right here. This has been maybe 3 weeks. Right here I've got 70% cocoa coir, 30% perlite. I had it in heavy shade under this pecan tree. We are in October now, so this was in September. We try to have your average temperatures in the 70s. Now we're in zone 9A, right next to zone 9B. So this isn't going to be the same for everybody, but the temperature would be good if you do this outside. Have your average temperature in the 70s. Try to keep your high in the between 60 and 90. Your low higher than 60 and your high lower than 90. You'll be at a good time of year to do it. So let's do the big root reveal. It's only a few weeks here. Now this is an inert soil, so you don't want to keep it in there too long. See some areas where there's a lot of perlite. Oh man, we messed up a little bit of roots there, but look at this one. Looking great. So this is about time you want to put it in a new pot, because this isn't the greatest soil unless you amend it later and add nutrients to it. The inert means it has no extra nutrients in it. So look at that, looks great. Looking great. All right. Perfect time to be moving them. Seeing one here, look at that one. All right. See if we find any more hiding in here. All right. So these are about 6-inch or so cuttings. That one might be 7 inches. See if we got any more. That might have been it. All right, so I'm gonna reuse this to make more cuttings. I got my own potting mix right here. I do peat moss, azomite, perlite, a little bit of charged biochar got right there, and we've got horse manure compost right here. Doing about 1/3 of the peat moss, 1/3 compost, 20% perlite, a little bit of azomite, and 10% biochar. If you don't have the biochar, you could just add a little bit more peat moss and compost. This is good stuff. Here they are potted up, and I'm going to put them back in the heavy shade and over time transition them into sun. I'm going to make sure you keep them moist. They're fragile at this point, so you really got to baby them. Make sure they survive. Once they get a real root set and roots fill this up, then they're a lot more hardy. And probably the most important step of all, make sure you label them. You do not want to lose track of what varieties are which, especially if you have multiple of the same kind. Now some things are obvious. Here's a moringa. Don't have multiple varieties of moringa, so don't necessarily need a label there. But I do have multiple varieties of hibiscus, and some of them look somewhat similar. I mean, these have very different leaves, but I definitely have a lot of varieties of mulberry, and they can easily be mixed up, so don't want to mix those up.